Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Kevin Muhammad on the West Coast. The West Coast Watchman, brothers and sisters. The West Coast Watchman. Bringing to you, brothers and sisters, a message from the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters. Bringing to you a message from the messenger of the covenant. Who is that messenger? Muhammad? Who is that messenger of the covenant? And what message do you have for us that would benefit us, Muhammad? Brothers and sisters, the messenger of the covenant is our spiritual leader. Brothers and sisters, the messenger of the covenant is our spiritual leader. The wisest man on the planet today, brothers and sisters, the wisest man in the North American wilderness, right before that great and dreadful day, brothers and sisters, one had to come to us and give us that which would lead us back into our reward, brothers and sisters, lead us back into our birthright. Lead us, brothers and sisters, to our promised land. Lead us, brothers and sisters, right back into the straight path of our minds. Brothers and sisters, for the 400 years we've been under the Chaldeans in the North American wilderness, we have lost our damn mind. And Master Farad Muhammad came to resurrect the Levites to get us back in line, get us back ready, get us back to the promised land. He raised up them Levites, brothers, and put Elijah in charge. And Elijah did come up. Elijah did push the program that Master Farad Muhammad gave him. Actual facts, student enrollment, and the supreme wisdom, brothers and sisters. The supreme wisdom. But one will suddenly appear at Elijah's temple, brothers and sisters. One would suddenly appear in 1970 at Elijah's temple, and that was the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters. The messenger of the covenant. He told us of his history in his 5 years under Elijah, brothers and sisters. But he came into a greater mission. He came into a greater mission, brothers and sisters. And that mission, brothers and sisters, is what the Injil warriors, the watchmen, and the warrior queens have been pushing to you, brothers and sisters, and trying to give you and put you in that seat, put you in that class, put you at waralert.org, brothers and sisters, so you can receive the message from the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters, so you can receive what we have received, so you can get into your area that you live in and spread the message from the messenger of the covenant. What made him the wisest man on the planet, brothers and sisters? What made him the wisest man for us in the North American wilderness, brothers and sisters? Because of that Abraham covenant. Know of a surety your seed will be taken to a land that's not yours, served and afflicted for 400 years. After that, This is the covenant that the God made with Abraham and his seed. Elijah never said anything about a covenant, brothers and sisters, or he didn't reveal it to us. He was taught by the God, brothers and sisters, taught by the God, and gave us what he was instructed to give us. And he showed us what we could do by pulling our resources, our nickels and dimes and pennies. He showed us a heaven, a nation inside of the Chaldean nation, a nation that they had labeled dead. We had no knowledge of who we was. We had no understanding. But with the supreme wisdom, the actual facts, and the student enrollment, we rose above our enemy, brothers and sisters, and we lived in the nation within a nation where we was depending on no one but self. I didn't get to see that nation, brothers and sisters. I had to get on Google to go back and see Elijah and the Levites run for 42 years. When I came in the nation, it was under that lying son of a dog, Farrakhan. My bad. Lying son of a devil. A black-faced white boy. Louis Eugene Grounds. Legion. Legion. Got you brothers in the supposed to be the Nation of Islam flipped backwards. Y'all moonwalking. Think y'all going forward, y'all going backwards. Back into slavery. Back into trying to integrate with the enemy. Back into hell. When it's our release date, brothers and sisters, our time to rise, our time to get to our heaven, our birthright, our reward. But the main thing we get, brother, is our revenge. The consequences of our enemy for 400 years. We be the one. The God said, the revenge is mine, said the Lord. And we are the ones that the 400 years of that Holocaust to receive and dish out the revenge. But you brothers want to go to a holy day of atonement and listen to 3 hours of bullshit by another son of the Elijah Muhammad, who's evidently against his father. He's against his father because he pushed that bullshit about reparation from an enemy instead of the reward from the God, the promised land. Your birthright, your reward, and your revenge. You listen to that shit for 3 hours. And you think Ishmael think he got a reign, think he now is going to be taking over the nation so he can bleed the people dry and rob the hell out of them like Farrakhan did. No, brother. You ain't got that time. You won't be giving no more damn speeches about against your father and his teaching. Y'all say that lying son of a devil resurrected the Nation of Islam. He didn't do jack shit. He told you what he did. He ran to Phoenix, and then he was in Cuba smoking on stogies. He told you in a lecture. And if it wasn't for Jabril, the one who just died, the one y'all just gave Juma prayer to, the one who gave him a book that he threw in the backseat of his car, until Jabril came back to him and got at him again, told him that he can get a payday when all he was saying is Elijah didn't leave him nothing. But Jabril convinced him that he had a payday. All he had to do was use Elijah's name, use Master Farad Muhammad's name, and push the program of an enemy, push the vision of an enemy. That's what he has done for 42 years. He told you that in your damn face. He rendered you dead on both sides. Rendered you dead on both sides, brothers and sisters. That tape need to be played over and over and over again until y'all can hear, get all that shit out your ears. He told you was dead on both sides, and y'all applauded him. Tony Muhammad, you was it back there right behind him, jumping up, saying, yes, sir, yes, sir. Other words, we dead. And then he told you how you died. He told you how you died because he went back to where Elijah was in control of the NOI and told you all the things that the NOI had, brothers and sisters. How can y'all not hear that? He told you everything that the Nation of Islam had under Elijah. And then he came back and said that what y'all had under him, nothing. Dead. Dead to the knowledge of self. Dead to the Abraham covenant. Dead to the messenger, the spiritual messenger of the Abraham covenant. And you didn't hear. You applauded him when he told you what your woman, what your wife, what your sister, and what your mother was. When he said they were B's and the word H. He told you about your mother, your sister, your daughter, and your wife. And y'all applauded him again. And now here we are trying to lead you to the messenger of the covenant. What made him wise, Muhammad? He lifted the 22, he lifted the 7 seals on the 22 chapters of the book of Revelation, brothers and sisters, and revealed to us, every hidden enemy in the camp that was against us. Every living enemy, the ones over there in Israel who have our birthright. We are the chosen. We are the seed of Abraham. It's our covenant. It's our promised land. It's our birthright. It's our reward. Y'all ninjas can't hear worth a shit. But hey, he's leading you, that son of a devil, Louis Eugene Brown. He's leading you somewhere, and that's straight to hell. straight to hell, brothers and sisters. And as it was revealed by the messenger of the covenant, that hell is called tribulation, brothers and sisters. That hell is called tribulation. He told us about the enemy that's sitting on our land. He told us about that enemy that's sitting on our land in Arabia. That's our promised land, brothers and sisters. He told you about that white ass devil, that Chaldean that got us captives in America. That's why the judgment is coming to America. And those who listening and running behind Farrakhan, you following a man who's leading you to hell, to tribulation. And we are following the man that will lead us to our birthright, our reward, our promised land, and our revenge. We'll both end up where we're by the man we're following, brothers and sisters. But if you go to waralert.org, brothers and sisters, and register, you can be on the team to get that reward. You can be in line to get that birthright. And you can walk into heaven, brothers and sisters, and then start that vision, start that reality for your future of your children, making that heaven while you live. But you gotta register at waralert.org, brothers and sisters. You gotta register at waralert.org. Or you gotta go through tribulation. It won't be the judgment against you, but because you was deceived by that lying son of a devil, the Levites was deceived. Now you are following him. And now you think you're going to be following Ishmael? No, brothers and sisters. You won't be following him. You won't be following him nowhere. You'll be going through tribulations and you'll be following one of us because we'll guide you through. But you have to go through 150 days of pure hell. And if you don't listen, you won't make it out. You the ones that led your wife, your daughters, your sons, your grandchildren into tribulation. You got a chance to register at waralert.org, brothers and sisters, and not go through that humility, that shame, that pain that your enemy, the Chaldeans, will be receiving. The lake of fire. You talk about Elijah, the Muhammad speak that is called the final call now, and talk about what the Muslims believe and want. Of course, Elijah wrote that, brothers and sisters. But Elijah for 42 years, and now that lying dog, that lying devil, Louis Eugene Grounds, 42 years, that's 84 years, brothers and sisters. 84 years. Now you've been hearing from the messenger of the covenants. And those of us who have been pushing that program, the angel warrior, the watchmen, and the warrior queens. Well, brothers and sisters, you got a choice. You got a right side, Elijah, Master Fraud Muhammad, Elijah, his messenger, And now the messenger of the covenant, the Abraham covenant that was made with the God 400 years ago. Now you got a man, Solomon, the wisest man in the North American wilderness, leading us to our reward, leading us to our birthright, leading us to our promised land. But we get a revenge before we go, brothers and sisters. We get a revenge before we go. Brothers and sisters, I'm your brother, watchman on the West Coast, Brother Kevin Muhammad, pushing that program of the messenger of the covenant, pushing that line of help, brothers and sisters, that help line, extending that hand out, brothers and sisters, extending that hand out and to grab you and to pull you to waralert.org and get you registered, brothers and sisters, so you can receive that reward. See that's come from the messenger of the covenant. And receive your new mind. And then follow the Abraham covenant infantry, brothers and sisters. Why we need an infantry, Muhammad? I just told you. Going through tribulation, brothers and sisters. Gonna have to fight our way out. Have to fight our way out of the judgment of the Chaldeans, the nation who had afflicted us and that we have served for 400 years. You heard the messenger of the covenant tell us about them 7 wars. We got a war, brothers and sisters. There's people sitting on our promised land in Arabia. They ain't gonna give it up. We gonna take it back. We're gonna take all that's ours. We're gonna take back control of our planet. It's all ours, brothers and sisters. Waralert.org. Register up. Register up, brothers and sisters, at waralert.org. Get your orders and fall out. I'm your brother. As I came before you, so shall I leave you in the peaceful greetings of Assalamu alaikum.